My name is Reverend Father Silvanus AJ. I'm the administrator of Rex Christus College, and I say welcome to Rex Christus. Our primary host community is the Parish of Christus Collage Kubwa. We share the same compound, so they are our first hosts before we talk about those outside of the premises here. And over the years, it's been a cordial relationship between the school and the parish, because we belong to one church, one archdiocese, even though different independent institutions. So over the years, it's been good. Actually, the school started from the parish hall in 2010, and it was there for some years before this structure started coming up where we are now, and eventually we moved here. So basically, it's been a cordial relationship between the school and the parish.
The school is a Catholic school established by Cardinal Naikan in 2010 with the mandate of nurturing the children and also bringing the best, and most of all, bringing Catholic education, bringing Christ closer to the children. And that is what we do here. We have a lot of programs for the children. In terms of academic, for the last previous years, we have done very well. From that 2010, we started with 14 students, but I can tell you now that we have over 600 students. So we are doing very well. If we are not doing well, I don't think that we'll have such a number.
We are looking at producing students that will go out and put up the best of character. In terms of examination, the school has zero tolerance for exam malpractice. We try as much as possible to discourage them and to build that confidence in them that they can write exam and pass well without indulging in exam malpractice. As a result of, as a matter of fact, the penalty for exam malpractice in the school is immediate expulsion, and the number of students has been expelled from the school as a result of the fact that they indulge in exam malpractice. And those that were around when they were being called out on the assembly ground and expelled from the school, they wouldn't want to, indulge in that, because they know we always tell them, is even in the rules and regulations of the school, that students from here are not encouraged in any way to get themselves involved in exam malpractice. Supervisors from other schools always come when they come to invigilate for all the standardized exams, NECO, WAEC. They will be the ones encouraging us to help these students, but we tell them no, we don't do that here. And that is why any student that graduates from here with 5 credits to other schools or go to any other exam, they will be able to defend their results wherever they find themselves.
The teachers in Christus Collage Kubwa, they make learning very fun, unlike some other schools. The way they impact knowledge on most of the students is actually very great, and the school is actually very disciplined. So it's because of our no-nonsense administrator, Reverend Father Ame.
The teachers are really nice. They make subjects fun and easy to learn. Like my English teacher, she always uses all the textbooks that we buy, and parents always complain that teachers that don't use textbooks. But in this school, they always use the textbooks and also make use of some other books like Evergreen and Exam Success for exam classes like mine.
As scripture says, unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen are keeping vigil in vain. But they first have to be watchmen. There has to be watchmen, and for the safety and security of our school community, we've tried to ensure that we put necessary security measures in check. We have a perimeter fencing manned. The entrance is manned by security personnel of Peace Corps of Nigeria. We have internal security protocols. Before people come in, they have to be checked, and we also have to take their details to ensure that we know who is coming and why the person is coming into the premises. For as long as our students are here, the moment they step into the school, they don't step out again. until closing time, when either the parents come to pick them or they are going home by themselves. And during school hours, we also don't allow access to the students by anybody from the outside, parents or anybody, without the direct supervision of a staff. And that's after we've certified why such a person has to see the student and in fact establish if it is necessary in the first place. So our staff, our students are protected as much as we can by the arrangements that we have put in place. And we have an extra layer of security, I will say, being that we are located inside the premises of the parish that also has our own security too. So if anything has to get here, it has to first pass through the parish security and then pass through our own security before it will reach us. And there is this high collaboration between the security personnel in the school and those in the parish. They are always in close contact, close communication, and they work closely together. So yes, we are operating in more or less a very safe environment.
Our teachers are good because the recruitment process is not done by one person. We will make sure that we go for the best, especially teachers that read the education. They have the background. So what we do here, we do the pre-selection here, then we now set them to the archdiocese. The archdiocese and the education board will screen them, and after that they will send them back to us. So the process is not something that somebody can compromise. And we don't, most of our teachers, some of them are not even, they don't practice Catholic faith. So once you are good, especially we look for the best. Once you are good, we employ you. So by the grace of God, we have been doing that and we have been succeeding in it.
I've learned a lot from this school because the teachers of this school makes the subject very fun. For example, in basic science, we learn a lot using some examples and some fun examples.
Christus has some pretty interesting teachers. They are easy to relate with and they teach pretty understandably. We enjoy their classes, at least those of us in my class, we enjoy their classes a lot. They have good teachers who know how to impart knowledge in us.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll place us now at between 7.58. We're not where we intend to be yet, but we have come very far from where we used to be. It's a journey, and every time we keep devising newer methods of getting better. As I always say to my staff and to my students, there is always room for improvement. We can always be better than we currently are. Academic performance so far has been good, especially if you rate by the performances of our students in external exams, in WAEC, in NECO, in BESE, both NECO and ERC for the junior students, and even in JAM. The current JAM that that our students wrote, the list performance was over 230, and last year the same thing, the list performance was well over 200, and our best was 300 plus, about 320, 325 thereabout. So academically we are doing very well, and we try to devise newer ways of engaging the students to make learning fun. If they enjoy learning, then their output will be better. And we also are aware of the fact that academics is not only about plus and minus, divide and times. It goes much more than that. So all the domains of learning, we explore them and try to bring out the best of each of them with the students. Generally, we are doing very well. We are pursuing excellence. We have not reached there yet, but I will say that we are close and we are looking at it like this with side eye.
We get feedback from our parents. We have platforms where they complain. You know, as a top management position of that nature, I relate with the parents. I also relate with the teachers. I relate with the students and also the management. So I'm like a channel between these people. So we relate with our parents to make sure that we get the feedback and also try to see how we can strategize to implement most of the decision and most of the advice we normally get from the parents, so that the school will grow. Some parents, they don't want their children to be disciplined. And they will tell you they will come to you and tell you that this teacher flogged my student, my child, this, that. So what we normally do is that we do a proper investigation of any issue that comes to us. We do a proper investigation to unravel the truth, because sometimes our children can even go home and tell another thing. So when we get the truth, we also advise the teachers properly and also let the parents know that this is what we do here.
So technology is all about the practical application of scientific knowledge. Each time we resume, the students are usually given a project to do. They just don't stop at learning, but we try to engage them in doing something that is hands-on. At the end of the term, they will have something tangible to present as something unique that they've learned over the term. Looking at the moral decadence in the society and character deficit in the society, we don't just at Christus College, we don't just stop at imparting knowledge in our students, but we try as much as possible to go further, to live up to the expectation of the mission of the school, which is talking about the motto, character and learning. We try to make sure that they imbibe good morals, good character before leaving the school.
The choir, I love singing, and that is what we do here in the choir. We sing. We just sing praises, we sing songs. We develop the children. Even though the schedule is very tight, since it's a day school, there is no time for choir rehearsals. We just create time a little for the students to be able to join in the choir. Christus College is the best. Everywhere in Kubwa, we set the pace and others follow. That is just it. We have qualified teachers, highly qualified teachers, and we don't change teachers. If you go to other schools, they tend to like change teachers one year or even before the term they've gone. But here we maintain our teachers, and they are highly qualified educationists.
When I came in here in 2018, this structure was still under construction. We were just using the ground floor and the first floor. There was really nothing happening on this second floor where we are now, and nobody was occupying this place apart from the computer room. The rest of the floor was empty. It was still under construction. Same with the third floor. That one was not even plastered. No ceiling, no electricity, nothing. So, but gradually, from the thought that we've had, that you've seen, we've tried to fix up the place. We've completed the structure, which was commissioned in March 2021. I think on the 6th of March 2021, we did the commissioning of this structure, and it's been a constant journey of development, slow but steady. Every term we try to do something new to improve on what we have now. As at 2018, we had just one laboratory. All the science subjects were sharing the same space: physics, chemistry, biology, they were sharing the same space. And then the food and nutrition lab, you saw what we have now. It was just then one of the halls, one of the spaces in the basement that we were using with tables and I think 2 or 3 gas cookers that we had that time. We didn't really have a laboratory. We were sharing a class space. We demarcated the class. One of the vice principal then, we just had one VP. Vice principal then was using half of the space, and then the library was the other half in that one small space. But all of that we've taken care of now. I'm sure you saw our library too. it's not in the best of states yet, but we are growing it. We are growing it. We've tried to see that we put all of these things in place so that all of them can enhance teaching and learning. We have also had to revamp our entire computer laboratory. As at 2018 when I came, I think we had just like 20 computers, and not all were functional. Some of them were not working. Now we have 60, all of them networked together, and if not for space, we probably would have a few more, but we only have to do with the space that is available to us. And we've also been able to set up a clinic, which for me it's for very much of standard. I think 2 weeks ago I was just joking with my secretary when the requisition was brought for the things we needed to buy for the clinic for this term, and I just jokingly said, this is our clinic that is even having more medication than primary health centers. I don't understand, you know. So because of course you have to be prepared for the safety and health of the children. Every now and then, every day, the child is complaining of headache, the child is having stomach ache, they have this one, they have that one. We have to manage them as long as it is not something that they will need referral to the hospital. We have to manage them, so that space was a very necessary. I think we set up that clinic in 2019. Yeah, we set up that clinic in 2019, and we have a nurse that is permanently there on full-time employment, a certified nurse, and she manages the health of the students.
As a student in this college, you're expected to be in school latest 7:20. In fact, we tell them to be in school by 7 o'clock. The activities for the day kicks off from 7:20. So those that will default and come late, we try as much as possible to discipline them so as to serve as a deterrent for others and even for them not to repeat such habit. Apart from that, other issues that may come up that has to do with children, students, deficit in character, we try to see how we can make them to be on the right track. Whenever we see students that are erring in things that are not supposed to do, we give them rules and regulations of the school, which serves as a guide. So when they go do anything contrary to what is spelled out in the rules and regulations that they are expected to uphold, we carry out the stipulated disciplinary measure.
In SS1 in my previous school, I wasn't so good in physics like I am now, due to my teacher, Mr. Amadi. He makes physics fun, unlike some other teachers I've experienced before.
They actually told me to come to this school, and me, I also wanted to come to this school because my brothers came to this school and they always gave it a 5-star rating. They said that all the teachers are really nice and that learning was super easy in the school. Even topics that I really didn't understand at first. When a new teacher, like my maths teacher, Miss Doris, when she came, she started teaching me really well. Her voice was really calm and it made things very easy for me to understand.
Some people that are outside this school, some do not know how to pray, some don't know some hymns. But if they enter this school, they can learn a lot of hymns and some prayers. For example, the one we say during benediction.
For instance, my maths teacher or my previous maths teacher, Mr. Kennedy, was a very interesting teacher and I enjoyed his classes a lot. He helped me in areas that ordinarily I couldn't get to by myself. He was a very easy person to relate with, and he was very nice, very kind teacher.
The motto of our school is character and knowledge. So we are not only focused on imparting knowledge, we are also very interested in the moral formation of our students, the character formation of our students. So we have a number of spiritual activities every week. In 2018, when I came in, we first of all set up a chapel, but we've outgrown the chapel now since 3 years ago. So we now use the parish church for some of our activities like Mass. So we have Mass every Monday. That's our morning assembly on Mondays. And then on Thursdays we have benediction and adoration of the Blessed Sacrament. On Tuesdays we pray the Rosary. Throughout the month of May and October, where we have May and October devotion, apart from Mondays and Thursdays where we have Mass and benediction, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday we have the Rosary prayer every morning as our assembly. Then at the beginning of every new session we have a retreat, a day of retreat, one full day of prayer and reflection. We have it also in the season of Lent. We also have a Lenten retreat. In the season of Lent we have a day 2 of prayer. We will invite priests to come and pray with us, and then we also encourage the students and staff as well to also go for the sacrament of penance. So any day they want confession, they are free to walk into my office. My confessional stool is here to listen to them. So staff, students, any day, anytime they need confession, they come. But we also encourage them while at home, since we are a day school, they should also try and go for confessions as well. So during the week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Fridays, outside May and October, we have virtue practice, 10-15 minutes of talk given by a teacher. Sometimes we also involve the students, something on character formation. Then during clubs and societies too, we have the days that we do moral instructions, we have the days that we meet for different societies too. So all of these things are helping to build and strengthen the faith and the moral development of students. So we don't take that lightly at all. We don't.
Christus College was founded by the Cardinal Onaikon, Bishop Onaikon, in the sense that he wanted people to get access to Catholic education. Most schools, in most Catholic schools, they have boarding school, but he wanted a day school where parents will have access to a good Catholic education and have Catholic doctrine. We started 2010, and we are here now, still growing higher and soaring higher.
Even though it's a missionary, even though Christus College is a missionary school, there are obviously some bad habits that are exhibited from some students, and it's controlled by our disciplinarians in school. So for Christus College, you won't see much of a bad character in the school.
You really can't come to this school without learning how to pray, because prayer is like the foundation of this whole school. It's a missionary school and we pray like almost every day, from Monday Mass, as we just celebrated right now, to Thursday benedictions and Rosary on Tuesdays. And
I play football. I also play badminton, volleyball, and maybe some exercise.
We have a formidable Parent Teachers Association, which for short is called PTA, and the PTA and the management of the school have over the years worked very closely together for the development of the school. They have been very supportive. We have our meeting once every term. The executives will meet about a week before the general meeting, and in various ways they have contributed to the development of the school. One of the buses that we have is a donation from the PTA. That's their project. I think that was for 2018, 2019. Our physics laboratory, the furnishing of the lab was also a project done by the PTA, and with the collaboration that we enjoy with from them, it has helped us to actually fast track our growth process. So I would like to just use the opportunity to thank the PTA, all the parents and the leaders of the association over the years. They've been very wonderful, they've been very understanding, they've been very supportive, and I pray that God will bless them all. We are very wonderful parents, both as a group and as individuals. They come in once in a while to support what we are doing here, which is how it should be everywhere.
At Christus College, we offer all the science subjects, including maths, including physics, chemistry, biology, basic science, basic technology, technical drawing, geography. They are all under sciences, and we are doing amazingly well. We do all practicals. We do practicals. We do practicals, and also we have also gotten results, amazing results. Our WAEC is excellent both in chemistry, physics, biology, and all the science subjects. We have graduated a lot of students with amazing results. Most of them, the pioneer students, we have 3 of them as doctors right now. They are in, one is in Gwagwalada Hospital, Mary by name, she's a doctor. Anthony also, they are all doctors right now.
Parish Christus has taught me some Latin hymns, very interesting Latin hymns that we sing every Thursday during our benediction. They have helped to boost my faith in Christ and help me understand more about the Catholic Church.
I would really love for other students to come and study in Christus Collage Kubwa. There's no other school that's like this school because the teaching is very amazing. They make learning fun, unlike some other schools that are always being strict about it.
Because I see Parish Christus as a fun place to be. I enjoy coming to school because of my mates and teachers that I get to see every day. So if I get to enjoy this, why won't other students get to enjoy this?
Looking at from where we started, from 2010, we have moved geometrically. We have moved geometrically in the sense that we have been growing at exponential rates. So in our last jam, that I think the exam official also made mention of it. The least score that I've collected from our student is 231. He made mention of 200, but the least scores that I've collected is 231. So in WAEC, in terms of WAEC, NECO, BC, the one conducted by ERC and the one conducted by NECO also, we have been doing very well.
Our growth process has not been very easy. It's been difficult, it's been challenging, because we are a small community, so to speak, and we are relying heavily on, solely I would say, on what we generate from the fees paid by parents. We don't have any external support, and this has not made it very easy for us in terms of infrastructural development. There is a lot that we have to do. There is a lot that we want to do. We want to give our students and their parents the best, but we can't go as fast as we would have loved to. But well, as it is said, Rome was not built in a day. So we just keep going, like I said previously, one step at a time. But it's really not been easy. It's really not been easy having to put necessary things in place. It's more difficult because you know exactly what you want to do. You know that you need to do these things, but you are unable to do them principally because you have the incapacitation of funding. I use the opportunity to appeal to anyone who would like to visit Parish Christus, individuals, groups, even corporate bodies, to see what contributions they can make to help us grow and be a better community. We will really, really appreciate that.